Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I got my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you?
Okay, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're going to go ahead and get class rolling, where everybody comes in, gets on online, comes in class. Whoever's going to make it, help them out with that. All you got to do is snap it in. We're going to go ahead and give the announcements. One of the important One of the important announcements is Hanukkah is going to be coming up, and that's coming up on the 19th of December. Okay, on the 19th of December, Hanukkah is coming up. So, brothers and sisters, if you're local here in the area, y'all know the deal. We've been out here in Norfolk, Virginia. We've been out here for about 4 months now. So we're local here in the area. Just trying to get things rolling. We just opened up the school. The paint is fresh on the wall. So y'all can come through, join us for class, join us for the feast if you like. We are having class here now. We just today actually got the sign up. So if y'all local, we are new in the area. So that's the most important thing. Hanukkah is coming up, brothers and sisters. The scriptures say, follow the feast days, obey the commandments. So y'all need to get your head together and get ready for that. That's going down. All right, we will be doing it. Brothers in Houston will be doing it. Brothers in San Antonio, brothers in Albuquerque. Right? Everybody is going to commemorate this day. And I'm sure all the other brothers and sisters across the world is going to be celebrating the High Holy Day. Or, 8 days of High Holiness. All right? And we're going to be fasting. And we're going to be praising the Most High. So, we're going to get class rolling. We're going to get class rolling if this guy back there stops talking. Our school is at 2610 Granby, and that's here in Virginia. Then we got Houston. 8524 South Braeswood. Their classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Our classes are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Actually, their class is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Fridays, they do offline. So, if y'all want to get class going in your local in Houston, they've been doing it. We've been doing it. San Antonio's been getting down. Albuquerque's doing like we're doing. They're fresh, getting things rolling out there. Mashaba. Check out Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. It is on blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA. All right. And that's Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30. What else we got here? Y'all know if you want any garments, you can come. Go to Israel. Everything Israel. We're on Facebook. I always said, we know the ones that tune in know this, but new people might not. If you want to get a hold of me and you want to get any counsel, get any scriptures, my number is 281-707-2737. And then you have Priest Quatazop's number is 303-557-8979. All right, and that's in Houston. If you want to donate, you want to give any alms, any offerings, or any books, Bibles, pens, pencils, apocryphers, you can do that. All right, and you can send it to either the address or you can donate with the Wells Fargo. Did we yet get a thumbnail for that yet?
For
The like for anybody want to give any alms or anything? Okay. All right. So we got to get that rolling. We got to get a thumbnail for that. We're going to go ahead and get class rolling. We're going to open up with questions. And if y'all got any questions, now's the time. If not, I'm going to go into this topic for this Sabbath. All right. So just trying to procrastinate a little bit. Let y'all get online, get in there. See if anybody has any questions. We did say we're going to answer questions on the Shabbat, so we want to open it up for y'all. Yesterday's class was good, though. Good question at the beginning. I didn't get a chance to finish my what I went over yesterday, man pleasing. But I think the information got out. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do we got anything on there yet? Okay. All right. We'll give y'all a few more seconds to see if anybody has any questions on YouTube. We got to get our following back on Facebook, and then we'll go into questions on there also. We had a following at a time, and then we stopped going to YouTube because the program. So we want to get that we'll get that rolling. So give y'all a few seconds. Come on in. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. Y'all come on through. Take a seat. Good to see the fam. Let's see here. And we got some Bibles in the back. If y'all like, if y'all need one, Bibles, apocryphers, if anything. All right. So we're just waiting for everybody to get on, see if they got any questions. If not, we're going to go into the topic. Y'all know John, you know the deal. If you got any questions, if y'all have any questions, feel free just to ask. Yeah. It just powered off? Okay. It ain't gonna do it. It got a charge. Sorry for y'all on Facebook. It has to charge. What we got on there?
A lot of people seem to believe that after death, good people get a set of wings and a heart on a cloud. Doesn't say that in the Bible, so where is it coming from?
Who's asking that? Aggie student. A lot of people think good people.
A lot of people seem to believe that after death, good people get a set of wings and a heart on a cloud. It doesn't say that in the Bible, so where is it coming from?
Are you? Is he being for real or facetious? Is he being funny, or are you being funny, or are you for real, Aggie? Are you saying really, literally, they believe about a harp and a what? In wings?
And a harp on a cloud.
Oh, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say nothing about wings and a harp on a cloud. I don't know if you're being funny about it, but yeah, the scriptures don't say that. When we go to the Most High, and we're in that angelic body. we know that angels come with wings. We hear about it in the scriptures, but it don't necessarily say that's your reward. You get a harp and you get some wings. The scriptures don't say that. So they probably get that from some sort of Catholic or Christianity. I don't know. Right? I've never read that anywhere in the Bible. So, yeah. Yeah, was that it? Okay, y'all got anything, John? Nah. Sisters, y'all got anything? Any question? So this year, I remember her.
Yeah, that's my wife, and that's my sister.
Oh, okay. How you doing? Okay, yeah. I mean, if you got anything, now's the time where we open up the beginning of class to questions. So don't be shy. We try to get them out for y'all. A lot of people. What happens when you go to church? You can't really talk, right? So now's the time you come in, you're able to say, okay, well, I need to know this. I heard this. Is this true? Whatever it is, because when you come into knowledge, you got to get all those inconsistencies out of your head so that way you can serve the Most High with a clear mind. So, we always say, ask your questions. All we require is you raise your hand and then ask. So that way we can get those questions. And then it helps a lot of people online. Like we tell every class, I don't know if you've been watching class, but we got a lot of classes on there on our major channel that people just ask. Some of the classes just none but questions. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of questions that our people need to know. So I'm saying that to say, don't be shy if you got a question. Just shoot. It's not going to offend us. All right? Anything online? I'm trying to give them a second. We always say we answer questions on Fridays. So before I jump right into this topic, I'm trying to make sure I don't want to start and then it'd be like, well, I got one. So I'm going to give y'all a few more minutes. What's that?
For sisters, what are considered works?
What are considered what?
Works.
What are considered works for a sister, right? So I have to ask this because it brings out two themes in the Bible dealing with the sisters. So is she married or is she not? So are you asking for a married woman or a single woman? That's got to be answered first. And then while you're going to respond, I'll go ahead and we're going to go to Corinthians. Yeah.
As you stated, reply to their question.
What is it?
I'm asking for people who truly believe that doctrine.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I didn't even know that was a doctrine. That don't even sound like a doctrine. That sounds like some made up cartoon stuff, man. I never read it. I don't give everybody I don't even use that word with everybody. I use the word they made it up because like doctrine is, it's substantial evidence out of the scriptures. If that word doctrine is used for anything that people just come up with and it's like, and it's put in the category of real belief. That when you go through the scriptures, you don't read nothing about harps, getting a harp, and getting wings. So I wouldn't even call that a doctrine. I'd call that some fairy tale or some made up madness. All right, unless they can show you out of the scriptures, then where they even at least get the idea from. Because a lot of times you look through the scriptures and some people misinterpret. So I ain't never read that. Not one place in the scriptures about a harp. You're going to get a harp or you're going to get wings. Like, not even like, oh, maybe this could be misconstrued. So I don't know where they're getting that from. You might want to ask and be like, show me in the Bible where that is. And then we can go and say, okay, all right, this is not even talking about that, or it is, right? It's in Corinthians. So I'm waiting for them to come back on their other question.
He says, I'm married, but I have nieces who are single who are learning as well.
Okay.
No, it's the wrong Bible now.
Right. Go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. Go to 1 Corinthians. I know it's in Corinthians. Let me get my brain together. I'm trying to think. It says it's in 1 Corinthians. It says bear with me 1 second. It's 1 Corinthians 7. And you're going to start at verse 8.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 8. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I.
Right, hold on 1 second. Man, the scripture's on my brain, man. It says go ahead, read on. Go ahead.
Verse 9.
Where you at? 1 Corinthians 7 and 8?
Come.
Okay, read that again.
I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is
Jump to verse 7.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
For I would that all men were even as I myself.
Right, and the reason I'm going here is because there's another scripture is in my brain, and I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to word it right, how it's worded. It's in Corinthians, but it basically tells you about, I think it's in 7. I'll find it. So the reason I'm going here is because your question, whether she's married or not, she's going to be doing her will, her duty to the Most High. So, and the reason why I ask, because you got a little more in-depth duties for a wife as opposed to a single woman. So, they both are serving the Most High, but the single woman, her duty is going to be towards the church, and the married woman, her duty is going to be towards her husband in the body. So, you see, like my ribs, their duty is towards me, right? But yet they still minister to the saints. So you got a little more work. A single sister might come in without a husband. Her duty is strictly towards the body, strict to the ministry. So, and this is why I'm answering it that way. I want to give you all of it as opposed to, Yeah, just serve the Most High. Yeah, we know you're going to serve the Most High, but it's a little more in depth for a woman. It's not easy for a woman, you know what I mean, as it would be for a single sister. Single sister, all I got to do is worry about the school. Come, you know, do my ministering, whether it be sewing, you know, whatever your body has got going on, right? I'm going to come in and I'm going to help, right? The married woman, she got to go home. She got to deal with you. She got to deal with the family. She got to deal with the kids. And then she got to come back, deal with the brothers, deal with the sisters, deal with the ministering. So it's two things here. Go ahead.
For I would that all men were even as myself, but every man had his proper gift of God.
Right. So everybody is not going to be single. Everybody is not going to be a eunuch like Paul. He knew this. Everybody's not going to do that. Everybody can't deal with that, right? But it's still two different things. It was easy. And remember, when I say it's easy, mind you, I'm saying he don't have a wife, kids to deal with when he go home, right? All he have is what? Himself and the body. Now, I'm not saying Paul had it easy by any means, being shipwrecked, beat, stoned, cast in prison, right? All these things. I'm not saying he had it easy. What I'm saying is that the not having any wife, any kids, and being there and have to be home and study with them, teach them, lead them, you know, it is kind of a weight that weighs on you. You got a bigger job. You got bigger duties. Go ahead.
One after this manner.
Yeah.
And another after that.
Go ahead.
I say therefore to the unmarried and widows. It is good for them if they abide even as I.
Right. Why? Why is it good that I abide like Paul? Because you don't got to deal with all the drama. So you got a bigger, and I'm using the word drama, but you don't got to deal with kids. You don't got to deal with wife. You don't got to deal with home duties. You don't got to deal with cooking. You don't got to deal with cleaning and for the kids. You just got which you can go to the fridge and take out the throw something in the microwave. I'm good. Come home. Hey, Shalom, sis, we need you over here to do this. Sew this garment. Go do this bake sale. Go do this over here with these sisters. You're like, come, I'm free. Same thing with brothers, single. You get me? Perfect case. Single brothers that are single, they ain't got no kids. They ain't worried about none of that. So it's easier. That's why he's saying, I wish you abide as I. But do you still have a duty? We're going to get into that. Go ahead.
But if they cannot contain, let them marry.
Right.
For it is better to marry than to burn. Right.
So, and it goes down into relationships. I got to find this one for you. It's in Corinthians, and it tells you. Yeah, I knew it was in 7.
He says, read.
Hold on. Yep. Yeah, I hit it right on point. I knew it was in 7. I'm beating my head up over this. Right. So we're in the right place, but hold on. Don't go yet. But you're gonna jump to. Oh yeah, we definitely in the right place. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to verse 29. No, read verse 28.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28.
Now, yeah, see? That's what I'm saying, bro. Go ahead.
But, and if thou marry, and thou hast not sinned.
Right, but if you marry, if you do get in a relationship, and this is what the Catholics don't teach us. Yeah, they got these men over there single, and they all homosexuals. Burning so much that they don't know what to do. Right? Going crazy. The Most High ain't giving you no commandment that you got to be a eunuch. If you know how you're a eunuch, you just don't need it. It's natural. It comes naturally. It's not, and we know some people are, like the scriptures say, some people are made eunuchs because they got their thing chopped off in an accident or something like that. But some men are made eunuchs by the Most High. Some men have that power. They have that control. So a eunuch is somebody that can take on celibacy not to deal with a woman. Okay? Or you had an accident where your private part got chopped off. Right. There's people like that. You know what I mean? So I had to explain it for the kids. Right? So, go ahead, read on.
And if a virgin married, she had not sinned.
Yeah, so same thing with the woman or the man. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh.
Right.
But I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Right. So this is the theme. We supposed to understand that those that have wives be as though they had none. See, so now you got a whole different level that your mind has to be in when you serving the Most High. Now, I'm starting out this way so you can understand that, yeah, there's a job to do, but it gets a little bit harder for one dealing with a that's married. It might be a little bit easier for that single. She's asking about her cousin, she said? Her niece. Like, it might be easy for your niece because all she got to do is come in, sit down, learn. It's fine. But they're all serving the Most High. We're all serving the Most High. Every commandment, every duty, everything the Most High commanded us to do for the ministry, for the body, it's all, whether married or not married, you still have a job to do it to your nation, to brothers, to sisters. So it just gets a little more harder because now the married ones, you got to deal with your husband. You can't say, well, I was with the sisters up all night and well, I was sewing this garment. We was making these soaps. I'm tired. Like, Most High's like, nah. That brother's like, nah. You got a job as a wife. You know what I mean? The brothers can't come and be like, you know what? I was street speaking. I was counseling at 3 a.m. But she's like, okay, but I need me time. I need to talk to you for a second. You got what? You got more of a sacrifice. So you can't be tired no more. You're like, okay, what's going on? You see? So it's all the same thing. You're going to do the work of the Most High, but you're going to do it towards your husband if you're married and towards the body. If you're single, you're going to do it towards the body. And it's going to get into that a little more. Go ahead. Verse 30.
Go ahead.
And they that weep as though they wept not.
Yeah, meaning, listen, the Most High is not hearing that. Oh, well, I got a wife at home. You got to set your mind right and understand, okay, what's your priority? Serving the Most High, giving yourself to the ministry. So those that have wives, be as though they have none. Those that weep, right? Sometimes you don't get the chance to weep. Oh, well, my uncle, somebody died. We got a funeral. Can't make it. Can't make it because I have this engagement, this duty to do the will of the Most High. The brothers need me. Those that weep, as though they weep not, right? Go ahead.
And they that rejoice, as though they rejoice not.
You see that? Right? Oh, well, we having a family reunion out here in Vegas. You got to come? I got to teach class. I ain't got time for family reunions in Vegas. I don't got time for that. I did that. I lived that life. Now it's time for me to commit myself to the duty of the Most High. So, y'all see this? that's real. You can't deny it. It says it here. Go ahead.
And they that buy as though they possessed not.
Yeah, you can't be about these worldly things, worldly possessions. It gotta be. I don't got time all the time to hand wipe my leather on my car and wake up in the morning with some short shorts and wash the car. You ain't got time like that no more. Why? Because some of you got wife, kids. You got to be a counselor. You got to put classes together. You got to study. You got to work. You're doing too much. So all those little things that you did do, now you're prioritizing them the correct way. Same thing with the brothers and with the sisters. Right? We're going to get into your question a little more. I wanted to start it this way because this is the best way to show you that it's a little more easier when you're single. All right, go ahead.
Verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it.
Read.
For the fashion of this world passeth away.
Yeah, meaning lay your treasures up in heaven. That's what it's saying. Lay your treasures up in heaven. Like everything that this world has offered, like Solomon says, he says it best. All is vanity, right? All is vanity. It's all going to fade away. Go ahead.
But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord. Right.
So that's the point I was going to get to. He that is unmarried care for the things
that belong to the Lord.
Right. Meaning that he's solely dedicated to the work of the Most High. Right. You got all the study time you need. It's what we tell brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Especially single brothers. You got time now. Don't wait till you get a rib, then you get kids, and then your excuse is he okay? Okay, take him out. Go ahead and take him home. This guy is turned up. Okay, yeah, go ahead and take him home. It's time to say bye. Go ahead.
But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried cares for the things that belong to the Lord.
Right. So
how he may please the Lord.
So he's more dedicated to the will of the Most High. He's more dedicated to the service of the Most High. He should be. A lot of times, what we've been encountering, the single brothers, the single sisters, they come in instead of having that single mind to the Most High, their mind is on, dang, anybody single in here? It's like, bruh, you didn't come here for that. You came here for the knowledge of the Most High. You know what I mean? So you got to check them at the door. Like, this ain't a dating assembly. Don't come here looking for women. You come here to get your spirit right. This ain't church. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see no short shorts and butts out and breasts out. You ain't gonna see that. You know what I mean? So get your mind right. Sisters too. They do it too. We have to, come on, man. We've been out in Houston a long time. We got to constantly tell everybody out there, don't come out here. Don't come to class looking for a man. Sisters come through looking around. They salute you with the shalom, Yahweh Shemata. Then as soon as they get a man, you don't see them in class. They ain't helping out no more. Right? Same thing with brothers. They get a woman, they like, poof. It's like, what happened? I thought you was, I'll die for the truth. It was like, whoa, you got a woman and you just, but I'm going to say this. That's the cards that the truth has been dealt because the Most High proves everybody. It happens like that. You just prove to everybody around you what you were around for. You know what I mean? And then what happens? They both be gone. That's why I like telling y'all the incidents. I don't want to hold back my tongue because I want to show you that this is real. Ain't nobody, people come to the knowledge and the truth and these schools and everything, and they come with that church mentality. They be gone, man. We had a brother that came in. He was looking around the second day he was in. I'm talking about looking back at sisters. And we're like, y'all need to be paying attention to class. Right? But what happened? He looking back at a thirsty sister, right? So they both thirsty. And guess what happened? They both got suspended from the school for committing adultery. But that's what niggerism you get. It's real. It's not that, everybody's gonna come in and they're pure and they're wanting to be right. Sister such and such. And no, they come in niggas, wild animals that for the wrong reasons. You see that? So if you come in, your mind got to be in the right place. If you're single, don't look. Don't look. The Most High is going to bless you with that. He's going to give you what you need. What verse you at?
Verse 33.
Uh-huh.
But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
How he may what?
Please his wife.
Right. How he may please his wife. Now, is that saying that you just give up on the will of the Most High? No, because we just read in the 29th verse, those that have wives be as though they have none. What is it telling you? That now this man, his job, and the woman's job is to please their partner. So they got double work. You got double work. It's hard, man. Go ahead.
Verse 34.
Uh-huh.
There is a difference also between a wife and a virgin.
Read.
The unmarried woman cared for the things of the Lord.
So now you see how, well, I was trying to go here because I'm like, this would be the perfect place to start with you because it's two themes going on here. Yes, a single sister, her duty is to the ministry, to the body, to the church, but the married is the same way. But to her husband, to her household, to her children. Go ahead.
That she may be holy, both in body and in spirit.
Right. Go ahead.
But she that is married cared for the things of the world.
You see that? And what it means for the things of the world, meaning that your husband, when he wants those eggs a certain way, she got to know, okay, my husband wants his food this way. Let me learn how to serve my husband. So that's the duty of a wife as opposed to a single sister. So the duty of a wife, right? How does the Most High say this woman is acknowledged in righteousness? How? When she's a wife. Anybody? How does a woman in the Most High's eyes say, okay, I'm acknowledging her because she's doing these things for her husband? Allison?
I don't understand.
It's weird. I'm wording it. Well, I'm trying to word it and not give it away. That's what I'm trying to do. What does the Most High want from a married woman? For us to look at that woman and say, oh, she's a righteous woman. What is she doing? What? Humility? Well, that's all women. That's all women and men, right? What is it that singles out that married woman? We're going to touch on the married first, then we'll go to the single, since the scriptures is pointing out both of them. So what is it? Because that's the question she's asking. So what is it? Allison, you don't know this one? Come on now. When the Most High looks at a married woman, how does he say, when he looks at her and says she's righteous, what does she have to be doing? What? Following the laws. That's all Israelites. You're right. But what specifically for a married woman? What?
Following her husband's.
Right. Go to 1 Peter 3 verse 1. Come on, y'all. No, it's good though. It's good. I want that interaction. Right? 1 Peter 3 and 1. Because the Bible gives you two different instances. So remember, the sister's question is about she's married and her nieces are single. So both, right? Okay. So 1 Peter 3 and 1, read that.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband.
You see why it says he cared for the things of the world? It's not that her husband is worldly, hopefully not, but it is about that now she's subject to her husband, right? When her husband is in need, she needs to be there. That's the commandment. That's the duty of a wife. The Most High acknowledge her if she's righteous and says, oh, this sister's righteous because she's doing the duty that the Most High told her, which is be obedient to her husband. Read it again.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband.
Right. So you're in subjection to your own husband. Go ahead.
that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wise.
So you see how when we look at a woman that's a true believer, you're going to look at that woman and say, how do I know she's a true believer? Because she's not listening to her mama no more. She's not won by the conversation of her mama or her friend at work or what TV says. She's won by the conversation of her husband, not by the conversation of wives. That's how we determine she's righteous. Oh, that sister right there, she's grave-minded. She's rooted. Why? Because you can see how she deals with her husband. She's a believer. Why? You can see how she deals with her husband. Look at how she talks to him. Look at how they interact. Look how much respect she has for him. That's what the scripture says. Go ahead.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation.
I jumped a little ahead. But while they behold her what?
Chaste conversation.
Yeah, her meek conversation. Right? So how do we know a righteous sister when she's married? Because you could watch her. How she talks around people. Right? Yeah, nigga, I'll get it. Damn. You're like, oh, something wrong there. There's a glitch in the matrix. Right? You're like, oh, why? Not because I'm saying I don't like that. This is not about me, what I like. It's what the scripture says, that the woman is created in righteousness and holiness and truth. That's what it is. She's chaste. She has a demeanor and a characteristic about her that it shows her humility to her duty. She knows that she's being an example to her household. She knows if I'm talking like that, then my kids are going to see that. My daughter's going to see that. And then that's going to be the wrong example for them. Yeah, then my son's going to see me talk to my husband like that. And he's going to be broken down because dad is crouching. He's like, please, over easy, right? Right? So back to the question. What's the duty of a woman that's married and a single woman? Well, now we're seeing she's upholding this character and standard, but it's to the Most High. Why is she obedient to her husband? Right? Go ahead.
While they behold your chaste conversation, coupled with fear.
Coupled with what?
With fear.
Chaste, meaning humble, meek. And then with fear, not, oh, he gonna punch me in my mouth fear, but fear the Most High. Fear the commandments. Because that's what the Most High ordained. Right? Going back to 1 Corinthians 11:1. God, Christ, man, women, and then the children. So she's understanding, no, this is how it's supposed to be, to show the kids, our children, how to deal in order under the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai, who they call Jesus Christ. Go ahead. Who's covering.
Let it not be that outward adorning.
Right. So once again, when we were to look at a woman and we were to determine if she was a righteous sister following the Most High, following Christ, following Yahweh Shai, what are we going to say? Oh, that sister, she's not all about her appearance. She ain't got 70, 50 shades of purple eyeshadow, you know what I mean? Extra, her eyebrows are like here. You know what I mean? And she's like, you know what I mean? Her outward appearance, she's not about her outward appearance. And that's not saying she can't look good. She can't take care of herself. She can't wear makeup. It's saying she's not overboard. Her outward adorning, her outward covering. Go ahead.
Let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair.
Yeah, because think about it. What Mormons and a lot of people get wrong is that, oh, now you don't supposed to do your hair. Man, Israel was decked out. We were beautiful. So yeah, it's not saying she could never braid her hair again. No, what it's saying is that her outward appearance, it wasn't all about that. You know what I mean? Her heels are like this high. You know what I mean? It's a haughty look about her character, her standard. Why? Because once again, her kids are watching. Her family's watching. The nation's watching. Right? So now we're seeing that this is what the Most High considers a righteous woman. You know what I mean? I mean, let's be real. When we look for a righteous woman, these are the characteristics that you're looking for. She's not loud. She's not still listening to her girlfriend like, girl, y'all seen Power? Y'all seen Power? Yeah. What's her name? Lala? Yeah. All her job is to do. No, her job is to go over there and pump Tasha's ear with madness. That's it. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. I'm like, that's her only job as an actress. You go over here, talk mess, but that's how the black woman has been trained. Or they listen to Oprah. You go in, you walk in the house, and what happened? They turn on Oprah and they're like, yeah, this is real. When that nigga get home, I got a few things I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, it's like Oprah don't supposed to be your counsel. Will Smith's wife on the red table ain't supposed to be your counsel. Your counsel is supposed to be your husband. So you see how the Most High is determining this righteous woman, her outward adorning, her chaste conversation, her fear and respect for the Most High. Go ahead.
And of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel. Right.
So remember, once again, when you go through the scriptures in their entirety, our women were wearing gold. They were wearing gold, Jews, nose Jews, Isaiah 3 tells you. But the problem was, it's like now, the only determining factor about a woman is her outward appearance. And that's what Yahweh Shai said don't do. That's what, when you go back in the Old Testament, the Most High said he was going to take away the beauty of the black woman, Hispanic woman, the Israelite woman. Why? Because all you are about is your outward appearance. Right? So now he's saying, when y'all come and follow me, it don't supposed to be about that. Okay? Not saying you don't brush your teeth. Not saying you can't have earrings and Jews. Take care of yourself. Some sisters get that twisted. He's going to love me no matter what. I'm just going to let myself go. No. Take care of yourself. It's okay. All right? This is saying if that be your life, your outward appearance, Instagram, how you look, you got to do 50 filters and transforming yourself to something you're not, there's a problem. You ain't believing in the Spirit and the Most High, what He wants. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
You see that? You see how the word used man? Meaning that woman got to man up to that spirit, the righteous spirit in her. Go ahead.
In that which is not corruptible.
What? Read.
Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Right. So, I mean, I'm answering the question, and all the other scriptures that go with that is she wasn't supposed to be loud. She wasn't supposed to drive you to the rooftop. She wasn't supposed to be stubborn, stiff-necked, and rebellious, which is a characteristic that all the Israelites supposed to have anyway, right? So this is that righteous woman. Go ahead.
Which is in the sight of God of great price.
Right. Which is in the sight of what?
God.
The sight of who?
God.
When the Most High looks at your value, what was He looking at? He was looking at, is she loud? Is she rebellious? Is she stubborn? Is she stiff-necked? Is she listening to everybody else? And that's what we're supposed to be looking at as husbands and as single men when you get a woman. Okay, if she tells you straight from the door, I don't believe in Christ, that's a problem. That's a problem. I believe in the devil. Shalom. You might not even say shalom. You might like, peace out, Negro. Right? You got brothers that like, well, I could change her. Bro, she says she believes in Satan. What you gonna do? But that brothers don't get it. So in the eyesight of the Most High, this is what a righteous woman is. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also,
Right.
who trusted in God.
Right. So, I mean, what better scripture to go through and read down is telling us from the door, from the first verse all the way down, what is a righteous woman. Look at the women of the old times. Go ahead.
Who trusted in God.
How do you know they trusted in the Most High? Because they followed a character and a standard based off what the Most High wanted. Go ahead.
Adorned.
Adorning is like a covering. Go ahead.
Themselves being in subjection.
Being what?
Being in subjection.
Yeah.
Unto their own husbands.
You see why I keep saying own? Because it's not the nigga on the internet hyping you up, talking about, girl, man, I'll take you across the world. You know what I mean? He don't give you flowers every night no more. Like, no, because he's already gained my respect. He doesn't need that. It's not based on flowers anymore. We did that in the beginning. He's done that. But our love is based on something else. So, but you got the simple-minded women that are still influenced by random cats at work trying to be cute. Random cats over the internet trying to be cute. And their conversation, now they got other influences. Other people talking to them. And then when you get home, you see that spirit on her, and it's like, what's up with you? None, I'm good. You good? Like, you don't sound good. You don't sound good. It's like, okay. But you see that? That comes in through a lot of different influences outside of your husband. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham.
Right.
Calling him Lord.
Right. And that don't mean you got to go around calling your husband Lord unless that's what y'all like. You know what I mean? If he wants that, you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong to be, yes, me Lord. It's nothing wrong with that. Sarah called him what?
Lord.
Yeah, y'all taking a second look at that one like, where that at? We reading in the Quran right here? No, you reading the Bible. She called him Lord. You know, they don't tell you these things in church. You know why? Because first of all, they're making women pastors and usurp authority over men. So they're taking you out of the nature, and they perpetuate what America has done, which is lessen the man and uplift the woman. Now, mind you, this ain't saying that, because you say Lord to your husband, you're trash. Right. See, that's all a mind state. It's a mind state that America put in you to where when you put your husband as high esteem or your kids as high esteem, like you ain't you ain't thinking about you. These women in the past, they had high esteem for the Most High and what he wanted. Right? And these are the characteristics they had. She called him Lord. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
Whose daughters?
Now, let me say this. For y'all don't understand, when we called each other, Ariad does it with me. You know, you go to England and they say, yes, me Lord. It doesn't mean you're Christ. It means that it's like out of respect. My teacher, my master, you know what I mean? I'm subordinate to him. Like you say manager, it don't mean that he's God. Right. It's just the guy that is over you that handles what you don't handle. Right. All right? Go ahead. Read on.
Whose daughters ye are.
Right? Whose daughters you supposed to be. You supposed to be Sarah's daughters. But you got to put on these characteristics like it says in the Bible. Go ahead.
As long as you do well.
As long as you do well. Now, mind you, this is a question, so I'm just answering a question. I didn't know tonight this question was going to come out. All right? It wasn't a setup. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a question, mind y'all. I'm just answering it. I'm just, you see, I'm not that good at getting scriptures because Dawiyad had to help me. But I do know the requirement of the woman according to the scriptures on what she's supposed to do. This is a constant scripture that I always remind my rib. When she gets a little too mouthy, she gets a little too disrespectful. When she steps out of the character of Yahweh Shai, I sit back and say, listen, you need to go back and read 1 Peter 3:1, your duty. Because you're getting a little too masculine. Slow the hell down, right? You got to remind him this is your duty. Just like we're reminded by brothers. Hey, that's not Christ-like. A brother has to, brother, many of times, hey, you stepping out of the spirit. And you come back and you look at yourself and say, come. Right? That's why it said chase. We're humble. But that humility, we've been stripped. No, we don't. You can't tell me none. Who are you? My rib said the other day, she said, you open up my box? I said, yeah. She said, why? She said, it was my name on it. I said, your box is my box. Now I'm joking with her, right? I said, your boxes are my boxes. She said, but it had my name on it. It's my box. I said, I own you, right? And she said, yeah, but you don't own my box. I said, no, I own your box too. We messing with each other, but that's the mind state is, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, this is me. This is my account. Nah, I ain't your account no more. That's we account. Just like you need milk, guess what? I'm going to go get that milk. You need Pampers? I'm not going to be like, hold on, I got Pampers last week. Bruh, I'm going to go get some damn Pampers, right? You know, baby, we need this, we need that. I'm going to go do it. It ain't like, well, hold on a second. No, it's a united thing. America is like, no, you got yours, she got hers. You know what I mean? The power, you don't got power over her, she don't got power over you. You got power over each other. You know what I mean? Now, yes, the man, he is your subordinate. He's the manager of the house, but he still got to bend to you. The man still got to bend to the woman. He's got to give her due benevolence. You know what I mean? When she's needed. So don't get it twisted. I'm answering the question about what it takes to be a righteous woman. What is a righteous woman and what is her duty to the Most High? These characteristics is shooting these to us and letting them know. Letting all of the women and all of the men know. Go ahead.
And are not afraid with any amazement.
You know why this is important? Yeah, I got to highlight this. She's not what?
Afraid.
She's not what?
Afraid.
When a lot of women hear this, they get what?
Afraid.
Humble.
Afraid.
Subjection. Chase. Like if you look up the word subjection, that'll pop your wig off. You'll be like, what the? Subject, nigga. Like y'all tripping. Yeah, subject. Like subjection. Like just look it up. It's a whole different mentality that has been inseminated into the black woman, black man, Hispanic woman. So when you hear that, a lot of people get fearful. Like, damn, this means I have to. God wants me to submit to my husband. Yes. Just like the man has to submit to his husband, which is the father. So it's nothing strange or any other requirements that the Most High wants from man or women. Go ahead.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Now, we can go into that, but that's not the question. That's what the man's supposed to do. So let's finish the question. Go to Proverbs 31. Who asked this question? Okay. All right. So Proverbs 31. Yeah.
There's also a question, I think, about where you're about to go.
Oh.
It says, Shalom, so my question is, does 1 Peter chapter 3 go along with Proverbs 31?
Is she saying that?
Is someone else?
Yeah, and that's where we're going right now. That's exactly where we're going to answer her question in depth. It's a good question. Then we'll jump over to the single sisters and answer and talk about them. But getting the right the married sister out of the way. Go ahead. Proverbs 31, and you're going to read what is it? Where am I at? I'm over here in the New Testament looking for something else. Go to Proverbs 31 and start at 10.
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
Go ahead.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Right, and isn't that not what you want to be? You want to be virtuous. To who? To the Most High. So once again, the duty of a wife and how the Most High is looking at this woman and what she's going to be saved by is right here in 1 Peter's and Proverbs 31 and many other scriptures, but then that'll take the whole class just to answer this question. But I'm giving you the two main chapters that kind of just nail it in the coffin. It's going to name every characteristic this righteous woman is supposed to be putting on. So this is what she's supposed to be trying to obtain to, which is her virtues to the Most High. What makes her virtuous to the Creator? Go ahead.
For her price is far above rubies.
Oh, yeah. Man, because it's worth more than anything you can name on earth to have a good woman or righteous woman that's submitted and submitting to the Creator. It's far above rubies. Go ahead.
The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her.
So her husband shouldn't have nothing to worry about. He shouldn't have nothing to worry about as far as being betrayed, adultery. He shouldn't have to worry and second question about the things that need to be done around the house with the family. If I leave my house, I know that my wife is supposed to be me there. The decision's supposed to be it's supposed to be a united. It's once again, you got the COO, and the president. When the president leaves, the COO don't just go run rampant, right? He or she makes decisions based on what the president wants. It's the same thing. You're dealing with a body. You're dealing with your children and your corporation and your household. And these are the characteristics. She doeth safely trust in her. Go ahead.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
Spoil are goods, things that's needed. We've been taught in America, no, he goes out and he works and she sits at home. Ha, 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 ha. Not so, Lord. Not in my house. We gonna all be working. You know what I mean? You're going to put in some work because that's the characteristic of your man and woman are working. Right? The man was supposed to be at the gates, the elders, teaching, the priesthood, right? And doing his job or providing for the family. Because back in those days, you had the priests and then you had husbandmen. Nowadays, the Most High said we're a nation of kings and priests. So now you're a husbandman and you have to deal with the priesthood. You can't just sit at home and be like, you know what, bro, I got to take care of my wife and kids. No, but the Most High called you to be a priest. So he has no need of spoil. She has no need. Well, no, I'm sorry. He has no need of spoil. So the things that are needed for the house, what is the woman doing? She's getting it. She's innovative. She's a thinker. She's not lazy. She's not unwilling. It's going to go into that characteristic. Go ahead.
Verse 12. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Well, we went over a class about Abigail. Was it Abigail? And Nabal. How Nabal, his name means fool, and he was foolish with David. And Abigail, she knew he was kind of foolish, but she had class. And she had a good character of righteousness about her, how to deal with her husband, him, even when he was foolish. And that stood out. And when the Most High put him to death, the Most High lined her up with David. And the Most High gave her a good man. So that's how the Most High deals. But your character and your righteousness is not determined on man. It's determined on the will of the Most High. Remember, everything we're doing is to please the Most High. It don't supposed to be pleasing. We don't supposed to be pleasing our own flesh. That's why we're here, to be acknowledged by the Most High. And most of the time, man, a lot of these characteristics are in you. I'm going to say that again. A lot of you women have these characteristics. Don't let the scripture scare them out of you. You know what I mean? Not now is going to be a problem for you to be humble when you are already humble. You are already listening. You're already doing the will of the Most High. She would do him, read that again.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Yeah, that's a good woman. She's not going to make him feel like he's 70 when he's 30. Right? She's a good woman. She knows how to speak. I mean, this goes into Ecclesiastes 25, Ecclesiastes 26, showing you how she speaks, how she talks, how she's not argumentative, how she doesn't battle you on every decision that she don't like. It goes into all that. But like I said, that's a whole class. Go ahead.
Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hand.
No, she's forced.
Willingly with her hand.
When it comes to helping out the sewing department, I need to sew my husband some clothes, some things that he needs. I want to help out the homeless, the brothers and sisters. She's what?
Working willingly with her hand.
So this is how you acknowledge that you got a good woman. She's willing. Now, is that any deterrence from what the commandments are? I went over it yesterday. The commandment to Israelites are, whatsoever you do, do it wholeheartedly unto the Lord and not unto man, knowing who you shall receive your reward from. One of my favorite ones, Colossians 3:23, right? So is this any departure from that? You know what I mean? It's just the woman is now, she's doing that for her household more, and then she come back and do it for the church. It's no different. That's why I say y'all get spooky, like what? Now I got to sew? I heard that one time. The sister was like, I'm not a sewer. Nigga, you gonna learn. My ribs didn't know how to sew. They know how to sew now. They didn't know how to cook like I wanted them to. Well, then they had to learn, right? Biff liked his eggs that way. I don't like them that way. You know what I mean? Chad liked his eggs that way. I'm not Chad. You know what I mean? So that was your X-Men. Me, I don't like it like that. So they have to relearn it. You know what I mean? Just like the man, when you come in, you got to what? It ain't, well, I'm just that type of cat. No, it don't work that way. The Most High's like, no, you going to change too. Put your pants up. Speak to your woman correctly. No more arguing, no more choking her out. Man, I can't. Nope, no more. That's not how you solve your problems, brother. Right? It's the same thing. It's just when we get into this woman stuff, man, the hairs go up. You know what I mean? The brother, one of the brothers that came to class out here, we went over this. He was like, the whole time, like, subjection? I was like, damn, something's going on at home that's wrong. But Cass, he ain't never come back. He was like, man, that Proverbs 31, we didn't go over nothing but what it is, what a woman was supposed to be. And he was looking at us like, my woman, she. You know, but that's how it is. We were tripping. He was tripping. I was like, man, this guy's really must be getting abused at home. But that's just the way it is, man. You know, Israel got to understand the whole earth is out of course. A woman shall surpass a man. It's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be God, Christ, man, and woman. And I'm going to say it again. That don't mean a woman's a stepping stool. She's abused. She's garbage. She's less than a person now. All it means is that the order of how righteousness needs to be done. In our houses, we're supposed to be a united front to raise our children. It don't supposed to be you got an idea over here and I got an idea over here, and then the kids looking at us like, y'all niggas can't get it together. They're like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Right? It's supposed to be, okay, let's talk. It ain't supposed to be you in front of them like, but see, you always, right? You always. And it's like, can we talk about this? Not where the kids see you disrespect the hell out of me. Like, let's do this in order. Let's go behind the door. You know what I mean? The managers, the CEOs, they don't talk that mess in front of everybody. Right? They deal with that behind the doors. Come back out and say, okay, this is the deal. This is what we're going to do. Right? So it just shows you how out of order the household can get. Go ahead.
Verse 14. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
Man, y'all, if y'all reading this, y'all realizing there ain't no lazy woman in Israel. All that, y'all got where Paul said, if he don't provide for his household, he's worse than an infidel. That is correct. But you thought he was talking about gold rings and Prada shoes? He was talking about for the spirit. Yes, and Pampers too. Like, it's not against the law that he buys Pampers, but it sure ain't. That don't mean she's sitting at home. She's over there doing her nails on the phone with some random. You know what I mean? Talking mess. She got a career too. She's busy too. Then she's dedicating herself to the sanctuary and the body also. Go ahead, read.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household.
Wait a minute. She gets up at night and cook? What? Nuh-uh. Not my woman, brother. Once she come home, she ain't hearing none of that. The kids got to cook themselves. This is a righteous woman. All of us don't got them. But guess what? You got sisters working hard to be this. And do and be there for their household and family. Come on, let's be real, man. The black woman ain't there for her kids no more. The black woman ain't there for her kids no more. Just like the black man ain't there for his kids no more. You know what I mean? So it's a cycle of madness going on. You know what I mean? They're out in the street, drugs, dope. They want to party and be on an Instagram more. They ain't there for their kids like it's needed. The time, the dedication. And you can buy your kids all the things you want. That don't mean you're there for them. I'm talking about actually sitting down, being able to try to get in a little bit of conversation and see what's going on with your kids in their mind, healing their spirit. That's what parenting is. Parenting ain't just, hey, I bought you the iPad, I bought you this, I bought you that. You know what I mean? Shut up and get out of my face. Go watch Dora the Explorer. Right? It ain't about that. It's about being there. Now, think about this. You got to do all that plus deal with the house of the Lord. You got to deal with the house of the Lord. It's hard. It is hard. That's why it says, those that have wives be as though they have none. Then Paul came back and says, if you don't have none, don't look for none. You see these? It's, and once again, he had to say it. There's nothing wrong with having one. Go ahead, read on.
And a portion to her maidens.
Right. Wait a minute. She gives to her maids. You know why that's thrown in there? Why would you have to be a woman? You got maids and give to your maids. Let's think about that. I mean, you got maids, but you're going to give to your maidens? That's showing you a level of humility in this woman. The level of character that's in this righteous woman. You see, that's what the woman is supposed to be striving for. This character. The characters that's in the fabric of what's being said. Like what it takes, humility, long-suffering, patience, kindness, right? Casting out the envy and jealousy and hatred and bitterness. Because is not that what the black man, Hispanic woman got in them now? Bitterness, hatred. They've been done so wrong in so many relationships. They can't really commit themselves to a marriage. Like, I'm just going to be single and have sex with everybody. Fornicate. So, this is the problem, man. Go ahead, read.
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
She considereth a field and buyeth it.
She what?
Considereth a field and buyeth it.
You know what that's telling us? That, you know how with women, they come in the truth and all of a sudden their IQ goes from gangster, innovator, thinker, and you come in the truth and you just, wow. It's like, bro, I got with you because you were a thinker. You were motivated. You were moving. All we're going to do is take that same mind and apply it in a different arena. Don't lose that. Don't come in and you can't marry. It's like, that's how brothers do too. It's like, you was hustling. You was the go-getter. You come to the truth. It's like, man, you know what I mean? I just want to sit back and chill. It's like, You're supposed to bring that for the Most High, for the work, for righteousness, and say, man, in seeking the Most High, let me do it 10 times more. That's what the scriptures say. So that's why that's important. She's an innovator, a thinker, go-getter for her household, for her family. Go ahead.
She considered a field and budded it. With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard.
Yeah, once again, you see this character and standard of this woman. Go ahead.
She girded her loins with strength. And strengthened her arms.
Right, you see, she girded her loins with strength. So this is what type of wife she's supposed to be. It goes on. We don't have to go through all of it. Y'all can, you know what? Hold on a minute. Jump up a little bit. 23.
Verse 23.
Her
husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land.
Wait, no, sitteth getting high.
Sitteth among the elders of the land.
Selling dime bags in the land.
Sitteth among the elders of the land.
What was the husband doing? So now we understand that. I had to throw that in there. A righteous woman is given to a righteous man. A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. So check yourself.
Equal balance.
Yeah, you got to check yourself. You got to see where you at. Go ahead.
She maketh fine linen and selleth it. And delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing.
Read.
And she shall rejoice in time to come.
Right.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
What?
She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
Read it one more time.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
Let it marinate.
She openeth her mouth with wisdom.
Right. She opened her mouth loud, yelling, screaming, disgruntled, hateful, bitter.
With wisdom.
Go ahead.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Right. But she got to be in the law. She got to study. She got to be in the book. She got to know what the Most High requires. That's what got to be in her. Go ahead.
She looketh well to the ways of her household.
Oof. This sounds so good. Man, that's you know what I mean? She looking well to the ways of her household. Go ahead.
And eat not the bread of idleness.
Oh. Are y'all getting this? This gets in your bones. You know what I mean? She eateth not the bread of idle. Why these black women got so much time to be on internet and doing all other things? Because their husband don't know how to use their potential. Use their potential. You're arguing with me about foolishness because your brain needs more duties. You need more work. If you got time to argue me about foolishness, you ain't got enough work. I keep my ribs busy. Soaps, you know what I mean? Counsel, you're going to go to work. You're going to take care of the kids. You know what I mean? But you know women, they still got energy. They got that energy. It be seeping out. But you got to wear them down with work. Doing good works for the Most High. That way they can get their mind on track and understand what the Most High wants. Go ahead.
Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Oof. And that's what the black woman, the Hispanic woman, the Israelite woman is going to come back to. To where the children can rise up and say, man, I want to be like my mom. Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Her husband also, and he praised her. Many daughters have done virtuously.
Oof. He said her husband praises her. And that's what's supposed to happen. He's supposed to say, nah, she's in there. I don't got nothing to worry about. Go ahead.
But thou excellest them all.
Yeah, that's beautiful, ain't it? But thou excelleth them all. So this is her job. This is what makes her virtuous. Right? Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excelleth them all. Read on. Might as well finish it up.
Favor is deceitful.
Read.
And beauty is vain.
Favor, a man to have favor for a woman because he just loves her. He'll let things slide because her favor and her beauty. But it says it's what?
Her favor is deceitful and beauty is vain.
Go ahead.
But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised.
That's, I mean, if that don't answer your question, I'm sorry. This is what the Most High want. Go ahead.
Give her of the fruit of her hand.
And that's what a lot of women don't understand. If you just do what the Most High want without fear, then you'll get what you want. You'll be blessed. Go ahead.
And let her own.
Let her what?
Her own words.
Don't worry about this woman. Don't worry about this woman. Don't worry about that sister. Don't worry about it. But they ain't, and she ain't, and he ain't, but he. Don't worry about that. Worry about what you're doing. Don't worry about anybody else. You want to, but I'm, let's focus. Right? Go from there. Go to 2 Corinthians 9:1. Let's veer a little bit. Let's start moving towards the single woman. But before we go there, I'm going to address both of them. 2 Corinthians 9:1.
Come. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 1.
2 Corinthians 9:1. Go ahead.
For as touching the ministering to the saints, it is superfluous for me to write to you.
Right. Now, this is to all of us. So when you ask, well, what is my duty as an Israelite? Superfluous. I want you to look it up.
Come.
I want you to look that real quick. This should show you.
Superfluous.
Right, superfluous. And then we're going to jump down to verse 6. Go ahead.
More than is wanted, rendered unnecessary by superabundance, as a superfluous supply of corn. You gave like an example.
Mm-hmm.
It says, more than sufficient, unnecessary.
There you go. Is what?
Unnecessary.
It's unnecessary for me to tell you what is needed about the ministering to the saints. And that's what he's saying here. That's what he's saying. Jump down to verse. You're going to jump down to verse. You know what? We're going to do it like this. Jump down to verse 12.
Come.
Then we're going to jump up.
2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For the administration of this service.
To the saints, for this administration.
Of this service.
Uh-huh.
Not only supplieth the want of the saints.
So, what are we doing? As Hebrew Israelite men and women, it's without... It should not have to be said that when you get this knowledge, everything is about you receiving. Right now, it's about me giving what you need. You see that? When they come in, it's about us giving. Until they have efficient to give back. It's never about constantly receiving. Something that's been on our mind a lot. But, because that's how Israel do. They take, and they don't give back. And remember, we're not talking about finance. We're talking about spirit. We're talking about spiritual. Because brothers and sisters sit here, they know to be, you know what I mean? Like all these books. It'll be that thick. But you don't go get back to Israel out there. You don't share the word. You're afraid to talk about it. You know what I mean? You're afraid to communicate the word. You're afraid to do things that the Most High required for you, giving back. It says if you give a prophet a cup of water, you receive a prophet's reward. Some people will, it's like they take the knowledge and they won't give a cup of water. They're not ready to give back. So for the ministering to the saints, it's kind of pointless to talk about what Paul was saying, but it got to be reminded. For this administration do what?
Of this service, not only supply the want of the saints,
right,
but is abundant also by many thanksgivings unto God.
Right. See, that means that the Most High looks at what you do for the saints of the Most High. Go ahead.
Whilst by the experiment of this administration, they glorify God for your professed subjection.
Right. He's using a lot of big words, but he's saying the Most High. Watch, read it again. Read it slow. Wow.
By the experiment of
this ministration, this ministering. Go ahead.
They glorify God.
We glorify the Most High through ministering. Go ahead.
For your professed.
For you. Go ahead.
Subjection.
For your press what? What?
Professed subjection.
So we're going out there teaching on the streets. We glorify the Most High, ministering to them, right? As you see these brothers and sisters come in and start to be subject. You can say, wow, we're doing our job. Why? Because now they're being subject to the will of the Most High through our ministering to them, the will of the Most High. Go ahead.
Unto the gospel of Christ.
And
for your liberal.
For your what?
Liberal distribution unto them.
Right. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. That you're coming in here this ain't, oh, you the priest and no, bro, sister. We're a nation of kings and priests. So the Most High is raising every one of us up to be kings and priests. So yes, sisters too. You're going to have to share. You're going to have to talk about this word. You're going to have to communicate it. A lot of times sisters get it, oh, that's y'all job. Yeah, we do this part, but that don't mean you can't share the word. That don't mean you go to work and then you working with the white man and people at work, you got to act like you a mute or you somebody else. You share the word. You be what you're created to be. All right. So jump down to verse 6. Just on this ministering thing, on this, what is a woman doing? What is a man doing? What is an Israelite doing? What is a single woman doing? We're all doing the same thing, which is we're supposed to be getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so we can get it back to the nation. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly, shall reap also sparingly.
Go ahead.
And he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully.
Go ahead.
Every man according as he purposeth in his heart.
Right. Now you're going to see why he said that. Go ahead.
So let him give. Not grudgingly.
That we what?
So let him give.
Don't let him what?
Let him give.
Once again, don't always think finances when you talk about giving. That's a lot of people think that. He's talking about spirit. He's talking about time. We know Israel is broke anyway. That's fine. But like I always say, you got arms, you got legs, you got a head. All right, get in here and let's get to work. Because the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. You see what I'm saying? So it don't necessarily got to be about finances. Wow, what are you doing? Where's your what asset are you being for the Most High? Right? Go ahead.
Not grudgingly.
Not what?
Grudgingly.
So once again, what are we doing this for? What is the single woman supposed to be doing? Ministering. We're gonna get a little more in depth on that. What is a wife supposed to be doing? Ministering. She ministers to her husband. She ministers to her kids. She ministers to brothers and sisters. She's there for the nation. She's doing all that. Go ahead.
Or of necessity.
Right. Not just because you want something or you need something. Right? You're doing this is out of a desire towards the Most High. Go ahead.
For God loveth a cheerful giver, and God is able to make all grace abound toward you.
Right. So We got that. Go over to let me see here. Go to Timothy's. I want you to go to 1 Timothy's, the 5th chapter. 1 Timothy's, the 5th chapter. Let's deal with these single women. Go ahead. Timothy. 1 Timothy's 5 and 2.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 2.
Go ahead.
The elder women as mothers, the younger...
Let's start from verse 1. Might as well. Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Rebuke not an elder.
Right.
But entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren.
Right. So it's telling you how we're supposed to deal with these elder women and the younger women in the church. It's going to go on and tell us. Go ahead.
The elder women as mothers.
Go ahead.
The younger as sisters.
Uh-huh.
With all purity.
Go ahead.
Honor widows that are widows indeed.
Go ahead.
But if any widow have children.
So you got women that don't have men. Widows. But if any widow have children, go ahead.
Or nephews.
Uh-huh.
Let them learn first to show piety. Piety at home.
Right. So these single women, they supposed to show what? Piety at home. How do you know if they're going to be a good sister in the body? They can take care of their kids at home. They take care of their family. They take care of their household. Say it's piety. Go ahead.
Definition of piety.
Go ahead.
Reverence for God or devout fulfillment of religious obligations.
There you go. But at home. So meaning that you got to be at home following the laws and commandments. That's how you know she's going to be a good sister. Right? She's going to do these things at home. Go ahead.
Go back to verse.
Yep. 5 and 4.
Come.
And to requite.
And to requite their parents. For that is good.
So like my daughters right now, right? You got daughters too. You're watching how your daughters are going to deal with the body. Because how they deal at home. They show piety at home. They show respect at home. The same things you're going to be dealing with them on at home and getting them right on and guiding them on, they're going to come amongst brothers and sisters and deal the same way. Get out of that bathroom, Mawala. Go ahead.
And to requite their parents, for that is good.
You see that? Because they're going to show this character. These single women will show a character on dealing right at home with their parents, with their family. But if they out of order at home, you think they're going to come in the body and respect strangers? No. So they got to be put in order at home. So, you know, when you deal with these single sisters, they come to class. Yes, their dedication is to the body, but they got to be sitting and learning, because a lot of times we don't get to go home and see what they're doing, right? But they got to sit and learn before they start getting involved with things amongst the sisters. That's one of our big problems back home. You know, we have more sisters over there, and Sister Zill, you got new sisters that have come in. Oh, I want to help sew. I want to do the food on the weekends. I want to do this. I want to do that. But then when they get amongst sisters, well, this sister don't like me. Hold on, sis. You just met her. How she don't like you? It's the way she looked at me. Oh, no, she had diarrhea. You just missed, because you're not spiritual at all. You didn't know she had diarrhea and she was looking at you that way. But it be stuff like that they read wrong. And it's like that because their senses aren't exercised. They're not sitting there and learning. So you can't just push them into an environment that they don't know how to deal with. You got to these characteristics got to be built in them. Piety at home, respect on how they deal with people, they family. You know, you see them on the phone. I gotta take a call real quick. They go to the parking lot screaming, "Yeah, nigga, didn't I tell you? Get the kids." And you're like, okay, I knew something was wrong here, right? You're learning her character, so you got to have her in class a little longer because she might turn up on a sister. You looked at me a certain way. I'm sorry, sis. I'm retarded. It wasn't that I looked at you that way. Yeah, I mean, you're reading me wrong. Y'all don't know how many sisters that have done that. Yeah, this sister don't like me. Sis, you've been here a week. How did you read that? Well, the way she looked at me. That sister's face is like that all the time. Like, you just got like her in Shawashana, my other rib, like that's Arya's rib, but her in Shawashana, they just got that face. Shalom, sis. Shalom. How you doing? Good. How's everything? Fine. No, they got that face. So we got to tell them, okay, you got to watch because the people are looking at you. And they read stuff wrong. But you get that a lot back home because sisters want to jump into it and they haven't showed any piety. They haven't even showed these things. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusted in God.
Yeah, so listen, we're talking about single women. We're talking about widows. So, but it's still all applicable to you. If you're single, this is what they got to do. They got to come, learn, sit. They got to show piety. They got to follow the commandments. Somebody's got to vet them. Somebody's got to be able to say, okay, yeah, that's a good sister. That's a good brother. That's how it was always like that with Israel. You know, remember back in the olden golden days when the kids walked down the street, anybody can correct those kids if they was out of pocket? Right? Yeah, boy, what you doing? I'm going to tell your mama. Right? That somebody's got to vet you and be able to say, okay, this person is a good person. They're righteous. They are a person of piety. Go ahead. Come on.
And desolate trusted in God and continuing in supplications and prayers night and day.
You see that? So this is what the single sister's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be praying. She's supposed to be giving herself to the church. She's supposed to be treating brothers and sisters correctly. Right? She's supposed to be studying. Go ahead.
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead.
But all the single sisters that want to do what?
Live in pleasure.
Go ahead.
Is dead.
Yeah, all the single ones that want to live in pleasure, like, girl, I'm single. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and put on the purple weave and jump on Instagram. It's like, that's disgusting. But why? Because they're single, they think, oh, I ain't got no guidelines. I ain't got no rules. There is rules. You a child of God. You a child of the Most High. There is a rule, always. But you think because you single, there was no rules. You could just slut in and hoe in and drinking and belligerent. It's like, nah, you're supposed to still uphold a standard. Because that's why it says, read that part again.
But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
And that's why a lot of them is dead. Then she trying to get a man. You can't get a man, you're dead. You can't, you're going to get a dead man. You a zombie, you're going to get a zombie. Right? And that's what's going to happen. You're dead, he's dead. Then you want to know. You got the single sisters that come to the school. Make sure when they get that 1 Peter 3:1, they make sure I ain't dealing with no Israelite, man. I'm going to go get me a dead man. That's how men be doing too. I'm going to get me somebody out there in the world that's easy. Right? Yeah, I mean that I know she's gonna get out of order quick, and I can just say, "Oh yeah, she's out of order. I ain't dealing with her." You were supposed to teach her. You were supposed to be taught. Read. Come on. 7.
And these things giving charge.
Right now, listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this about the single sister. Go ahead.
That they may be blameless.
Yeah, you gotta get them to be blameless. Right? Check them, correct them, Teach them. Go ahead.
But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
Yeah. Now, this is talking about women and men. You see how was this talking about the widow? It wasn't just talking about men. They take this and they don't even. That's why I read it from verse 1. Now you see in context what it's talking about. It's not talking about a guy he's just supposed to be slaving his whole life. You got 37 child supports. He can't even do nothing but just be a slave. Yeah, it's his fault because he's ignorant. But still, it wasn't supposed to be that way. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Let not a widow be taken into the number under 80 years old.
Right, because listen, unless you're this old woman, you wouldn't be considered a widow. You was considered a young sister and still ready to you can marry, right? Go ahead.
Having been the wife of one man.
Right. Now it's telling you she wasn't just hoeing around, right? It was a character. Go ahead.
Well reported of for her good. Well reported of for good works.
Now you see what I was saying earlier. This young woman got to be well reported. Not just remember this. She's saying that before you became a widow, or he's saying before you became a widow, you was already known for your good works. Right? Because he said anyone can't just say they're a widow. She got to be of this age. And then she had to be what? Well reported of good works. Like you can't just come back and deal with the sanctuary and take from the sanctuary and from the school, and you belligerent, you're out of order. Your works, you're whoring around. Bruh, if y'all only knew how... They need to repeat this one in H-Town. No, serious. You got these sisters, man, just wild as hell, coming around and they know we're good-hearted, so they'll try to take advantage of that. Oh, brother, I need this, I need that. Yeah, sis, we got you, but you ain't even come to class once. You ain't trying to get your spirit right. You're just trying to take. You ain't worried about your spirit and righteousness. That's why I said this is how you vet them. Are they right? Go ahead.
If she had brought up children.
If she had what?
Brought up children.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You've been taught how to take care of kids. You've been taught how to deal amongst your family. Watch. Check out this characteristic. Go ahead.
If she had lodged strangers.
Right. She's charitable. What did she do? What was her example? So this is what young women got to become. Read.
If she had washed the saints' feet.
Yes. So that's what we're teaching. We're teaching that. Bro, this is what the sisters got to do. They don't just come in and just, she's just here. Nah, bro. Where's the washing of the saints' feet? Where's your duties at home? Are they getting accomplished? We're looking at those things. Go ahead.
If she had relieved the afflicted.
Go ahead.
If she had diligently followed every good work.
You see that? This is the character of that single woman. What now? Watch how he come back and drop it on these sisters. Go ahead.
But the younger widows.
What?
The younger widows.
The ones that are younger. Go ahead.
Refuse.
Right, because they ain't did none of this yet. They have not did none of these characteristics. They not fulfilled these things. Go ahead.
For when they have begun to wax wanton.
Greed.
Against Christ.
Right. Meaning that you're supposed to come, get your spirit right, and you sitting in class, and you seeing all these mighty men with beards, then you become wanton. And it's like, well, I came here to get my spirit right, but brother, man, look at those, look at that jawline. Man, his arms, his shoulder, that's a strong black man. Right? You become wanton. Go ahead.
They will marry.
They will do what?
Marry.
So he said, listen, refuse them because they still need to learn how to get a man, why to get a man, and how to be a wife at home. So the reason I keep reading is because when you either look at the elder woman or the younger woman, there was something in common that was supposed to happen to them. They were supposed to be righteous sisters, giving themselves to the body, to the sanctuary, to their house, showing piety. Read.
Verse 12. Having damnation.
Right.
Because they cast off their first faith.
Yeah, they come in with the wrong mind. Right? And this is what the young sisters need to stop thinking and worrying about. Stop worrying about the things of the world and come in with the right mind. It says, where you at?
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
Having damnation because they cast off their first faith.
So they lose that focus. A lot of brothers do this too. I said it earlier. Right? They lose focus. They cast off their faith. They want to be that diligent, I'll die for Christ. But they're just like, Yahweh, I just need a woman though. Or a woman, I just need a man though. Go ahead.
And withal, they learn to be idle.
They learn to be what?
Idle.
What did it say about the virtuous woman?
She was an idol.
She wasn't idle. See, but these women become idle. That's why you got to watch these young sisters. Go ahead.
Wandering about from house to house.
Yeah, they just in everybody's business. They just want to be in everybody's business. That's why there's structure and order in what we do. Go ahead.
And not only idle, but tattlers.
Yeah.
Also and busybodies.
Yep.
Speaking things which they ought not.
Yeah, you talking about this man house, that. Yeah. She told me, man, they made love in the shower. It's like, you don't supposed to be talking about those things. You're not a hood rat no more. You know what I mean? You are a righteous woman. So you don't supposed to be sitting on the phone talking about other men's relationships, what they do and how they do this and how they do that. You're supposed to be worried about what the hell you need to do for the Most High and Yahweh Shai. So this is the job and the things that a single sister needs to learn. Whether an old widow, young widow, a woman that don't got no man, whatever way you want to put it, these are the characteristics she's supposed to stand up to, man up to. Go ahead.
Verse 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry.
Read.
Bear children.
Read.
Guide the house.
Read.
Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Why? Read.
For some are already turned aside after Satan.
Right. You see that? But some are already turned aside after Satan. Why? Because you come in saying you're going to serve the Lord and you're looking for something carnal. So, I mean, with the 7 minutes left, let me see if they got any other question on that. I mean, hopefully that helped you out. I kind of went into that in the entirety.
It's another person, but along the same line.
Go ahead.
So, you answered the first one. Shalom, so my question, does 1 Peter chapter 3 go along with Proverbs 31? And where else in the Bible can a woman look to get better at being a wife?
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 25, 26. Why? Because those are the chapters that are going to give you straight to the point answers on what you need to be, what character you need to be embodying, and what things you need to run away from. So it goes into a righteous woman and straight out tell you what a wicked woman is. And all you got to do is say, okay, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that wicked woman. So if I got these characteristics on me, let me start crossing them off the board. So that's Ecclesiasticus 25 and 26. Those are real good chapters when it comes to how a woman is supposed to be and how she's supposed to act. You know, for instance, 25, 26 and 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Tells you about a shameless woman. Verse 6, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of tongue which communicates with all. It's things like that. It goes, it's easy. It's easy. So read those 2 chapters. Those are good ones. What else?
That's a question.
Yeah. Well, we're still on question, so yeah. We got 5 minutes. And y'all know the deal. Houston, they do the same thing after the Sabbath reading. So if y'all got questions tomorrow after the Sabbath reading, they'll come with them if I don't get them. What do we got?
What of those who were made of eunuchs as a result of war? Can you please clarify Deuteronomy 23:1?
What about it? 23:1, go there. I mean, but what are they asking about? They asking about 23:1, or are they asking about? I'm trying to figure out what they're asking here. Are they? Yeah, because it sounds like two questions in that. Go ahead, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 1. He that is wounded in the stone,
Yeah.
or hath his privy member cut off,
Right.
shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Right. Now, what it's saying is, remember this. Yahushua had to come and show us that he sat amongst sinners, publicans. He healed lepers, lame, deaf, dumb, and blind. So we got to read the law in context with Yahushua. We know in the ancient days you wouldn't be able to because you had your privy member cut off. But nowadays, you think I'm going to be like, yo, bruh, do you got all your members? You can't come into the sanctuary? No, you're going to still let them in because they need to be healed. You know what I mean? The Most High is going to deal with that fleshly part, unless they're dang transvestite. They did that through their own will and own lustful desire. You know what I mean? So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a regular person, a man that something happened, right? Remember, those things, those ailments or, situations, we can't refuse brothers and sisters because of that. A little more in depth, when you read about this, they weren't supposed to be bleeding. They weren't supposed to have an open wound. So, yeah, they wouldn't come into the sanctuary. They wouldn't be around. You wouldn't be around that because they would be bleeding, pussing. I mean, you got to know that that's unclean. So remember, when reading this, we read the law in context with the understanding of Yahushua. So Yahushua was around sinners and publicans. I'm going to say it again. He was around all those people. So yeah, we're going to accept them. We're going to accept them. That's in the context of what you're saying. Are you asking another question about what we were talking about eunuchs earlier? Because it kind of seems like a whole different type of question that's going on here. So reiterate if that's not what you're talking about. Sometimes these questions get lost in translation, and sometimes I just don't understand what you're asking. So I want to make sure I'm clear on what you're asking. All right. What else we got? Why he's waiting. Or why I'm waiting. That's it? Yeah, let's see what he says. And then for everybody else, if I didn't get a chance to get something answered, Tahawam, Quatzazat, they should be there tomorrow. Zion went back to Houston. They needed him out there. He'll be back out here. But he's going to be out there for a little bit, not too long. So he's going to be out there in class also, teaching class. So let's see what this brother, is it a brother or a sister? Oh, let's see what he says. And then we'll conclude class after that. No questions, sisters? John? No? Sister? Good? Good? All right, just making sure. He didn't say nothing yet? Okay. All right. Let's see if he gets back. Remember, it's the Sabbath. I'll say it again for brothers and sisters. How many we got on here? For y'all, remember, Hanukkah is coming up. It's from the 19th to the 26th. So, it's a good thumbnail somebody put up there. That's a good one. From the 19th to the 26th, we're going to be doing the feasting. We will not have class. I'm going to say it again, because usually if we're going to get together, it's probably going to be after everybody gets off work, and that's usually during class time. So that's why we don't have class on these days. You know, we got our own business. We can't close down early. The devil, you know how the devil do. He gets you either way it goes. So, and then brothers and sisters that come in that work, they get off of work late. So that's why we don't have class those days. So from the 19th to the 26th, we're most likely not going to have class. I'm going to update y'all, because that's if we do every day a feast. So if we don't do every day a feast, we'll probably slide in some classes on those days. But we do it like that because we want to put the same energy you did for Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter. We do it for the Most High. Okay? So that's what we're trying to show brothers and sisters. All right? Yeah.
I just didn't respond.
Yeah.
You answered what was on my mind in regards to involuntary units.
Oh, okay. That was answered. Okay. Well, if that's it, everybody say shalom to them online. Shalom. We'll see y'all Tuesday. All right. Remember, it's the Sabbath. Shabbat shalom. All right. And everybody else here, I majam. Wapanya hapadam, which means stand and face the east.
The Most High is my rock.
Yeah.
The Most High is my rock.
The class I was going to do was about
in the name of Messiah. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I got my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake in the cutlet. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most